Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back, you guys. Today we are going to be doing a snowy escape lodge. I wanted to do something snowy just before we started getting into like the new Thailand inspired builds, and I do want to mention too that a lot of people have been upset about the new map, and I did take a look at it and I'm kind of disappointed as well. I knew that the world was going to be beautiful, and it does look beautiful. The only thing is for me is that it just looks way too like small. Like the lots are like all like 30 by 20. I'm like, well, that is crazy, especially when we have so many like apartments and like lot sizes that we can do for that, or what we should have for that, especially if we have something big. So I don't know, let me know your thoughts. Are you guys happy with the world? When I do this and when I finally get the pack out, I will be doing a review of it. I'll also be doing a lot of builds. I also want to do a brand new shell challenge for December, so hopefully I can have that out soon. That will be posted up on my Instagram. So hopefully maybe tonight, so when you're seeing this today, I will have maybe like a little room shell challenge up on my Instagram. So go check that out, and I'll have all the description and all the details there for you to check out. And actually today, when you're watching this, I'm actually going for an interview today. You guys, your girl finally got an interview somewhere. For you guys knowing, I am working in like a retail job, and I might be going over to like another retail or like a marketing kind of thing. So hopefully I just don't have to like do the things that I'm doing now, but it's as a brand ambassador, and I'll be making a lot more money than I would be now. So fingers crossed, because it is actually where my boyfriend lives, and it would be so much better so that we can start, you know, like moving out and finding somewhere. And I think that'd be kind of fun, because then we could all start doing like vlogs and stuff like that. I think that'd be really cool. I might have to make another channel separate for that. But I don't know, I'm not too sure. So please say good luck to your girl, because I think, I have to check, but I think it's at like 11:45ish, and I'll have this video probably about out maybe 10 or 11. I'm not too sure. I'll have to double check. I'll have to double check, but I'm really excited, and I'm kind of nervous, you know. I'm kind of nervous, guys, but I think everything will be okay. You know what, the description was kind of vague, but like it's a Monday to Friday. I don't have to work weekends, which is good, but the hours are like from 12 to 8. And so the good thing, I guess, about that is that my boyfriend works like 11 to like 8-ish. So at least I can kind of be on the same schedule as him, and then on the weekends I can go visit my family, and it'll be a lot better that way. But sad part is that I'll be away from like everyone, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. Obviously I'm like talking like, girl, I haven't even got it yet. I'm just talking. But you guys, there has been some crazy things going on, and I have some things to tell y'all, okay? If any of you guys are new here, hi, how are you? My name is Jamie. I'm also known here as Simspiration here on YouTube, and I tell you guys about stories, and I tell you guys about my day at work. In my life, it's just never a dull moment. It's never ever a dull moment. It's it's crazy. And you guys, we have a neighbor that lives nearby us, and he like revs his truck like almost all the time, every single day. He did it at like 2:30 a.m. the other night, and my dad was so upset, and he like called the police. So I'm like, oh oh my gosh, he just drove by. Oh my god. Man, gosh, I wish someone would come into my room with a pile of money. Gosh, well, shoot, you shall say, and let it morph into something. He literally just drove past the house. So we've been having that problem. There was a crazy lady at where I worked the other day, and she was like, you guys, she was on some sugar. She was doing something weird. Like, I don't even know like what she was doing, but she would like sit and then stare at people, and the security couldn't do anything because, one, they can't like do too much, but they like sat there and like stared at her, like just like keeping an eye on her. But she kept like yelling like, trade your children for taxes, and I'm like, Somebody get her out of here. So I guess they got her like outside, but she started like running from them. They just walked up to her and she just like booked it out, and we're like, oh, there she goes. The problem is too is like when my friend came in for her shift, she was like, oh, did I miss it? I'm like, yeah, you missed it. And she's like, oh, I think I saw her outside though. I was like, oh my god. So you know what, you guys, it's really nice working where I am, and my team is absolutely amazing. They're so sweet. They're so nice. We actually have a problem going on with one of our like lighting systems. It's starting to smell like smoke and like fire and burning plastic, like when the heat is turned on, which is kind of concerning. So hopefully that gets fixed whenever the case may be. But also the drive there is just really dangerous. Like I live in the middle of nowhere, so I take about 40 to 45-minute drive all the way to work almost every day, and I live on the back roads. And if you guys listen to my just recent video, I believe I almost hit a deer, and it was so scary. I was so scared. I was so terrified. But I drive like an old grandma all the time. I drive like an old grandma every single time I drive down my street or any street near me, because I'm just in the middle of absolute nowhere. So if I can get another job that's closer, I would probably have to move into my boyfriend's house for like maybe a couple weeks, just until we find somewhere to rent, and then we can kind of start off with that. And I think it would be a lot better and a lot safer. And then also, I came in the other day, crazy thing. I'm going to one thing or another. I hope y'all can keep up. I came into work like yesterday, right? And I walk in and we have like a little coat racks of like all of our aprons, right? And I go in and I'm trying to find my apron and I cannot find it for the life of me. I know I'm blind, but like I'm not that blind. And so I'm like looking around and I'm feeling them, and I have been there for like almost over 2 years. Like I know what my apron feels like. I know what it looks like I know what my apron is, and I can't find it. But for some reason, when I grabbed this one apron that didn't have anything on it, and I was like, this isn't mine, right? And I like put it on. I was like, nah, it's too stiff. That's not mine. So then I'm feeling around, and my coworker, let's call her, I don't know, Betty, because she's an older woman. I don't know. That's the first older woman name that popped in my head. I'm sorry if your name is Betty. It's a beautiful name. But so I like grabbed it and I like felt it, and I was like, nah. I'm like, this is my apron. I'm like, what? And so Betty changed, like she took off her name tag, put it on my apron, moved some of her stuff, stuck it in my pockets. And you know the problem is that when I put it on, I was like, nah, this is my apron. And then I saw it, and then I put my hand like in the pocket, and there's change from like the day before when I gave my coworker some change to go get chocolate, because she was like starting to like, she felt very dizzy and felt like she was gonna pass out. So I was like, girl, I can't be liable for that. Go get some food. And she was like, no, I don't have money. And I'm like, please take it. It's like $5. And she's like, no, I can't. She eventually took it because I threatened her. But like I felt it. I was like, oh my God, there's my change. Like, what the heck? So I like took all of her stuff off. I was laughing the entire time because I was like, what even? Like, I don't know why. So now I just shove my apron like in my locker, because Betty, me, like, girl, I'm like, what you doing? So I just thought it was really funny. I don't know the whole reason of it. I don't know if I even want to ask her about it. But if it continues to be a thing, then I'll be like, I'd be like, girl, what are you doing? Like, why are you switching our stuff like that? That's kind of strange. Like, I don't know if she's just worried because our apron is dirty and she needed a clean one for the day. I'm not too sure, but like, I have been there longer than anyone, so I know what my apron feels like. I know what it looks like. It literally has the knot, like the weird knot that I have at the top, because I don't know how to like tie things properly. So it had everything. She just changed like her like little name tag and then her like stuff in her pockets. I was like, bruh. I'm like, what are you? I'm like, why? So I thought that was really funny. So I don't know. We'll see. I haven't seen her in a couple days, so maybe we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated on that because I'm not too sure at all. And I guess I should maybe talk a little bit about the build. As I was building this, you guys, I have been trying so hard to remember to save. I am so bad when it comes to saving. And my computer, as well as she can't run far enough. It's she has a little what's the word, not eczema, oh my gosh, I have eczema, like she got some asthma. Sometimes it kicks in and then it shuts everything down. And last night while I was building, I was doing the entire back of this build, and it just like completely like closed, and it just like glitched, and the Sims like completely went out. And I just started like giggling because I was like, I spent like an hour and a half just doing the back, and I was like, oh no. So my boyfriend, he was on FaceTime with me, and he was like, what happened? I'm like, he's like, did your game crash? And I was like, yeah. And it happens sometimes. This one wasn't as bad, so since I remembered where everything was, it took me like no time at all to just kind of like put everything back to the way it was. But while I have been doing that this time, in previous times it has been so bad, like I always forget, like, and every time that it happens I like cry immediately. I'm so dramatic. It's just because I spend like hours, like as soon as I get home from work, like I do all my stuff that I need to do, and then I just like build. And I was like almost at like 2 a.m. in the morning, and everything crashed, and I forgot to save because I was like so like honed in on it. And oh, it was a bad time. Alex, my boyfriend, I felt so bad for him, but he had to deal with me just like crying just excessively. It was really bad. But you know what's really fun? Snow. So this cabin is obviously in wintertime. It's not a rental, it's an actual like lot, but you could totally use it as a rental. I think it is so cute. At first I was kind of going for like a lodge that you could go maybe have a sauna or something like that, but then I was like, no, I already made that. But I wanted to keep like the reindeer statue in the front because I thought it looked really cute, and I think it just really tied it together. And I tried out a brand new style of the way that you do like those the big windows at the front and back. I thought it actually looked really, really cool. I think I got the inspiration from Kate Emerald. You know, she does like such cool buildings, and I saw one time, I think it was her, the lodge of like how you have the walls diagonal connecting to each other instead of like doing a different way. I can't remember the way that I'm trying to think of, but I actually really like the way it turned out, and then I kind of just went from there and tried to move things around. So I really do like it, and I hope you guys like it too. The inside I wanted to do a lot of browns and like creams and whites. I didn't want it to be all brown because I didn't want it to be a little bit darker inside. I wanted to kind of give it some life. And I really hope that you guys like it. And speaking of winter, my sister's birthday just came around. She actually turned 30. My boyfriend wanted to grab like a tombstone, say like goodbye to your youth, and I was like, oh my god. I'm like, don't do that. You're still young. Like, I don't know why people think that like when you turn 30, like you're getting like older, like that you're old. You're not. Like 30 is still really young. You're like a mature young person, because I feel like in the 20s you're still trying to figure out your life, and then you get like those lucky people that are able to get in, you know, like where they need to go. But like in your 30s, that's when you're actually like starting to like do things, right? So I don't know, I'm not too sure. I'm only 23, so god, who do I what do I know, right? But we did make a little party for her, and it was really fun. It took me a couple weeks to like grab everything together. It was like a winter tea party wonderland kind of thing with like Harry Potter, and I had my boyfriend come in from like 2ish, an hour and a half away or so, and it was really fun. She really enjoyed it, and I had like a story for everything that my mom and I made, but I had so much fun. I got like 100 Timbits, and you guys, I live in Canada, so if you guys don't know what Timbits are, they're like these little like rounded donuts kind of, but there's no hole, it's just like a ball. And I ordered like 100, so they come in boxes. I know you're like, oh my god, 100? I'm like, yeah, 100. I had like the 50 boxes, and they were like of like normal glazed, and I grabbed these like foam things that look like trees, and then you stick like what's it called, you stick like little pins or something, not pins, like toothpicks. Yeah, you stick like toothpicks into the foam, and then you put the Timbit, and then you shove it on there, and then you put like powdered sugar over it, and then it looks like a really cute like tasty tree, kind of like, it looks like a tree, and it's really fun. So my mom and I, when we were making it, like the first thing we went through like 3 different phases. Like the first phase, we were just like, okay, let's just like shove the Timbit in and then stick it on the stick and then just shove it in on the foam thing and just see if it works. And it didn't work. Like it looked really bad and it was really sloppy because since they were glazed, they like went all over our fingers. I asked for plain, but I guess like they got confused and said glaze. I'm not too sure. So it was kind of frustrating to try and like grab them and stick them on. And then my mom was like, okay, why don't you like stick them in half, like cut, like rip them in half like the toothpick and then make them smaller and then try and shove them on there. And I was like, no, that's not working, but we can keep the like the stick thing, like yeah, you can cut it together, like make them into 2 pieces, but this time why don't we stick the toothpicks inside and then we'll stick them like the Timbits on top, and then we can grab like a spoon at first and then just kind of like dab it on, and that's what we did. But it was really fun. It looked really beautiful. I wonder if I can probably pop up some photos somewhere so you guys can see, but she really enjoyed it. She had a lot of fun, and yeah, I hope that you guys are getting excited for Christmas. I feel like December has come way too quickly, and if we're getting like a Thailand inspired pack, I feel like it's gonna be really funny because it's not like wintry unless we make like more of a wintry thing, but it doesn't really get like snow. So I don't know, can we make like a winter Thailand temple? I'm not too sure, but stay tuned for those, and I hope that you guys like this video. Maybe please consider like, commenting, and subscribing. Also, please come join us on my Instagram. We are actually almost at 1K on Instagram, which I'm so like, I'm super freaking excited and thankful for. And then also on our channel, we are also almost getting to 8K, so it would mean the world if we could at least get to 8K before the end of the year. Or you know what, girl, let's maybe shoot for 10. I don't know. I doubt it, but you know, who needs a Christmas miracle? You know what I'm saying? But I hope that you guys like this video, and stay tuned for the tour inside, and I will see you guys all later. Okay, bye guys.